indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, again, it's great to be here. Look, what Dave is doing for the 62nd District and the stuff that he has accomplished is absolutely amazing. Traditionally, the Republican Party does not have a lot of inroads into some places where we often feel like the other side has a stronghold. And Dave really is a bridge builder. He comes from a lot of different backgrounds. He's got a lot of experience, and he's building a lot of bridges over into places where typically we don't have a lot of influence. And it's because Dave is a man of integrity. Dave is a man of his word. And while Dave may align with the ideals of a particular party, Dave is not a party guy necessarily. Dave is first going to represent people. And when people get to meet him, they understand him, they know him, you can't help but like Dave. Dave's always smiling, he's always positive, and he does his research. He's going to know what his topics are. He's a guy that's going to go out and he's not going to make decisions on his own, but he's going to seek experts in the field. When a topic comes up, he's going to seek experts in that field and make sure that he understands the topic fully before he goes to the floor and votes on these things. So it is a real privilege in my mind to have a candidate like Dave Morgan running to represent us here in Calhoun County. I think it's really amazing. I think we're going to have some great representation, and I am really looking forward to having Dave Morgan represent me. Dave, if you go ahead and say a few comments, I'd love having you.
Well, before I start, I've asked Bishop Tino Smith to say a prayer, if you'd like to.
And again, this is my second time being a part of this event. Dave is an individual that we are supporting. We're able to split our votes. We haven't totally sold out. But we believe in, as he stated, we believe in people's character. And so Dave's one of our guys, Dr. Bazan, one of our guys. So we're able to do some juggling. So they've been endorsed with the congregation. We will eventually come out with it. I may lose a few friends, but I'll be okay with that. But Dave is our guy, so I wouldn't come and just have prayer just for the sake of prayer. If I didn't believe, I wouldn't do this. And there's so many people out that can pray yourself. But I wanted y'all to know he is our guy and we support him. So, kind Father, thank you again for the privilege. Thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you again for all these wonderful people that are here, not only just to gather and to fellowship, but to strategically come up with solutions to help our county and our city. And I thank you for this opportunity. We ask that you would guide everything we do, that we do not always move and vote by emotions, but vote by integrity and things that's better for the overall of the people. And I thank you for that. And this is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Tom is also a guy we're supporting too, so I got 3 Republicans I'm supporting.
Thank you, Bishop. I want to introduce quite a few elected officials who are here. So many I had to write them down, so I didn't miss anybody. But we have Adam Heikla, Bedford Township Supervisor. Our County Prosecutor, Dave Gilbert. Calhoun County Commissioner, Steve Frisbee. Penfield Township Trustee, Larry Skelby. Assistant Prosecutor Dan Busher. And we have Art Cale, who's the former chairman of the Calhoun County Commission, and he's also the manager of Homer Building. He wrote it out. We also have Ben Frederick, who's a state representative who probably drove the furthest to do this. Ben and I met on a boat going to Mackinac Island. I didn't know he was a state rep. He didn't know I was in politics, and we became friends, and here we are today. So, glad to be here. Penfield trustee Tony Goodman. And we have Jeannie Birchfield, who's the chairman of the Calhoun County Republican Party over here. I don't know if Mark leave? Mark Banky, the mayor, mayor, I think he stepped out. He had another meeting. We have Rank here, who's the #1 talk show host. And then we have integrity. He works with a lot of youth. He works with a lot of youth. He was also a Big Ten wrestling official and an official at many levels here in the area. Ben McLeod. So Ben is the chair of the College Republicans. He's back in the back here, Hollywood.
Doing what college Republicans.
That's right.
Sure.
And I think, did I miss anybody?
Brian Wensauer.
Oh, Brian!
Treasurer.
Where did I go? Yeah, Brian, down here. Did I miss anybody else? I hope. Where'd she go? Oh, there's Tracy Tomac. Oh, I already got it. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for everybody being here. This is certainly a seat that we need to keep. One of the most important things, of course, is keeping the House. We'll see how the other party is going at this time. It seems to be a little more concerned about illegal immigrants than us. Veterans and unions. And all of us, really. So I think it's important to build bridges, and that, for me, that's what's important, and it's nice to have so many union members here, as well as everybody else. You know, we build a strong coalition. The first thing we did was hire Maggie Wood, who's back here. Maggie's the only campaign chair that's had more press, I think, than any of the candidates. If you saw the article, it was fantastic that they did on Maggie. And my daughter Jaden's back here. So Jaden doesn't like politics. So I don't know, it may end here. But we have a lot of people who want to speak, so I'm not going to take too long. But we need to be engaged. And I tell you, one race aside from ours is the Attorney General's race. And they really have somebody that's way outside the box running on the Democratic side. And that would just be catastrophic for the state of Michigan. So it's very, very important that we get out and vote. We get a strong person, Tom Leonard, in as Attorney General, and we get that seat. And one thing I'm honored about is following a person like Dr. Bison, who's done just a fantastic job representing our community. Dr. Bison, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much. It's great to see you.
Yeah. Now I got to tell you, Doc and I go back too. We're both veterans. Oh, how many veterans do we have here? Quite a few. Doc and I met actually in an event at the Air Guard base, and I was running on the other side, and he was on that side. We became friends, and we worked together from that point on, and that was the start, really, of working together and doing what's right for the community. Doc has represented our community absolutely fabulous. So, go ahead, Doc.
No, thank you all for coming out. I am humbled to have so many people here visiting with David, supporting David. I think he's going to be a great representative. I need to thank so many of my leadership, Tom and Lee and Ben, for coming out. It's great having them come down to Calhoun County with us, and I think it allows us to see exactly how important this candidate is. And Bill Black, thank you so much for being here as well. This is exciting to have you here with us, and we're looking forward to a continued relationship through David here. But you know, it's great to see all of you here today, and thank you all for coming out.
Oh, thank you. Doc will also be our next senator, by the way. I think we've got Maggie, would you like to say a couple? I hate to follow Maggie.
Hi everyone. I really appreciate everyone coming out and being here today to support Dave, to support the Republican Party, to support coming together. I just have to say, say, you know, I started as the Republican County Chair, the youth chair of the local party, and I've just been amazed by the people that have been willing to elevate me. And I was thinking about, you know, what campaign do I want to work on this summer? Who do I want to work with, work for? And Dave was just a perfect fit for me and a perfect fit for the 62nd District. You know, my family owns a small business here. My grandma is an immigrant that moved proudly to this country. We're made up of so many different kinds of people, and I just felt in Dave that I found the right person for me to work with. I found the right person to represent the over 90,000 people we represent in the 62nd District. So with that being said, I'm really ready to go out and win. I'm really thankful for everyone who's willing to come out today, and let's win 2018, people. Let's go.
Now, there is a downside to this because Maggie's got me riding a bike now and I can't eat. So next time I thought maybe hire a senior that owns a restaurant. I don't know. No, and so the next person I want to introduce is really special, Bill Black. Bill's one of the highest ranking in the Teamsters organization. Now, the Teamsters have many programs that benefit college students, college scholarships, do many things with the armed forces as well. We have BJ Trumbull back here. BJ's the state chairman for the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers Union. Chris here, Seabach, he's the treasurer secretary for the union. And I think, is that it for, but that's pretty good. You don't get much higher than Bill Black in the labor side. So what this shows is really when we bring people together, there's so much good we can do. And I couldn't be more excited to have Bill supporting us, and we should be excited too. Because labor, our membership, you know, most of them are pro-life. Most of them want more money in their pockets. You know, most of them want less government. So really, on the labor side, they fit more on the Republican side, I believe, than they do on the Democratic side. And to be honest, we've been listening to the Democratic, and I don't want to rip the Democrats too much. But we've been listening for months and months and months, and I don't think I've heard labor come out of their mouths. I don't think I've heard African Americans come out of their mouths. They've kind of lost their way. And for us, I think we really align with labor. So Bill, would you like to come up?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very grateful to be here with your leadership tonight and to be here with Dave. You know, Dave, just so you know, on behalf of the Teamsters in Michigan, we are honored to endorse you for state representative, and I think he's going to make a great The Teamsters political program is called DRIVE, Democratic, Republican, Independent Voter Education. And I can't think of a better example than that than Dave here tonight for what he stands for. And let's face it, let's look around this room tonight. Let's look at the people that are here tonight. A mix of business, labor, and it's going to take and elected officials, and it's going to take people like this to keep this state going forward, to keep this district going forward. And it takes somebody like Dave who has that understands all sides to move this forward. Now, as you can imagine, I imagine there's some people that aren't too excited that I'm here tonight, but I will tell you that I'm a Teamster. We've endorsed Dave. We're grateful to be here. We're grateful that a brother Teamster is running in this district and that you all are supporting him, and we're going to do our part as well. So we're honored to be here. We want to thank everybody. It's personally a big honor for me to be here tonight, and I sincerely mean that. And I hope, I wish you the best. I look forward to calling you state representative and having a cup of coffee in your office.
All right, Brad. Bill's daughter Lauren's here somewhere. Here she is. And she loves politics. So next I want to introduce somebody who's going to be our next Speaker of the House, Lee Chatfield. He's been outstanding. He's been very helpful. He's helping statewide with many candidates, and he's got a 4-hour drive after this to get home. But that shows how much he's engaged, the fact that he's willing to come this far, like Ben, just to help out with the campaign. So Lee, would you like to say something?
great to be here. Thank you so much for having me. First, I want to thank Doc Faison for allowing me to be in your district this evening. And I can say this from the bottom of my heart. You guys have had an outstanding, not politician, but statesman representing you for the last 4 years. So I want to say thank you to Doc Faison.
Here, here.
The very best in his future endeavors. So, with that, I will tell you, and I'm going to be very brief. No one came here tonight to hear a political speech by me. But I will tell you this, God has blessed each one of us to live in what I think is the greatest system of government on this earth.
Amen.
We did not get here by simple chance, but God providentially worked through men and women over the last couple hundred years who'd had courage, who stepped up and said, I want to run for office and I want to make a difference. And it takes men and women of courage who are going to put issues, who are going to put their districts above partisan politics. Look around, see what's on the news. We are a country that is very divided. But we do have similar principles and values that can bring people together. I could say this. Dave hasn't even been a state representative yet, and he's already bringing people together better than I have in 4 years. And he's doing an excellent job. The reason I am here is because I don't just believe in Dave's politics and in Dave's beliefs. The fact is, I don't know every single one of them. But what I do believe in is his integrity and his character, what I've seen displayed over the past several months.
Amen.
Now, if you live in Michigan, you notice our state's come a long way. But as a late president once told us, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It does take men and women of integrity and character to stand up to fight for this district's values, whatever they may be, and take him to Lansing and stand by his promises. What I can tell you is this. From what I know about Dave, I'm happy to support him because I can guarantee what he says to you tonight and over the next several months, when he gets to Lansing, he's going to fight for those values. He's going to stand for this district, and I'm proud to see the work that he's already done bringing people together and building bridges. Our country and our state can continue to move forward, but we have to be willing to listen and work with one another to accomplish it. So I'm happy to be here tonight to support Dave and to see him become the state representative for the 62nd District. And I also have the pleasure to introduce the next guest speaker that's here this evening. You know, it was several months ago, it was January of 2017, I had the opportunity to stand on the House of Representatives floor and make a nominating speech for Tom Leonard to become the next Speaker of the House. It was the greatest honor I have had in politics up to that point, and even to this day, because Tom is someone who, like Dave, is a man of character, he's a man of integrity, and as was mentioned by Dave earlier, Tom is running to be the next Attorney General. And I would tell you this, I trust Tom, not necessarily his politics, but his character and his principles. And that's what we need. And I would tell you this, if you have men like Tom and Dave who have character and are serving in politics, you can trust that too. And I've become good friends with Tom over the last several years, and he's a man that has served our state well. So please help me in welcoming our Speaker of the House, Tom Leonard.
Well, thank you all so much. I don't know what in the world I can say now that hasn't already been said. But I will say this, and I'm going to be brief, but I will say this. And I tell folks this all the time, and I just told a small group this at dinner or coffee tonight. It truly has been one of the greatest honors of my life to serve as Speaker of the House. It has been an incredible blessing, truly something I thank the Lord for on a daily basis. And much of that is because of the incredible people I get to work with day in and day out. And I will tell you right now, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, and I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. But one of the best I have ever worked with in my 5.5 years in the legislature has been your current representative, Dr. John Bison. He is... Doc and I have not always agreed on every issue, but I can tell you this. He's one of a handful of members that when we don't agree, I never have to question his heart. I never have to question his integrity because I know he's doing exactly what he thinks is best for his district. And he is going to make an incredible state senator for you for the next 8 years. This I will tell you about Doc, and selfishly, he probably knows this. I knew that he was considering running for the state senate early on in this term with the seat opening. And selfishly, I did not want him to run, okay? Because of how great of a representative he's been and how this is such a tough seat, and he has held this thing for us. And I was very clear to my caucus on day one, my number one priority as Speaker is to ensure that when I head out on January 1, that I hand that gavel over to another Republican leader to be the next Speaker of the House. And Doc... And Doc came to me early on, and we discussed this, and he said, what, you know, he was seeking advice and wisdom and guidance, and I said, well, Doc, selfishly, I want you to stay in the House so we can maintain that majority. But I would tell you, I believe this is going to wind up being a win-win for this district. I didn't know how in the world we were ever going to be able to find the right candidate that was going to be able to resonate with folks in this district the way that Doc has, bring people together the way that Doc has. We have found that person with Dave Morgan. And so now you're not only going to continue to have great representation right here in the House for the next 6 years, but also another 8 years in the Senate. So it is going to be a win-win for all of us. But when I look at a Dave Morgan, I stood on the rostrum day one when I became Speaker. And when you're elected, the first thing you do, you go to the rostrum and you give about an 8 to 10 minute speech. And when I told every single person in that chamber was this: Republican, Democrat, Independent, every one of us, all 110 members, were entrusted by 90,000 citizens to go to Lansing and make their laws for them, pass a budget for them. And despite the divisive nature that's out there right now, I felt that in this Michigan House of Representatives, we could set the standard. We could be a light for the rest of the country. And I knew that we were going to have our differences, and we do have our differences, but this is what I told the chamber at that time. I said, one of the things that we need to make certain that we bring back to politics, and it starts here today, is civility.
Amen.
We're going to have our differences. We're going to go to battle on issues. But I believe we can do so every single day in a way that treats each person with dignity and respect, so that when the battle is over that day, we can still come together, have a cup of coffee, share a meal, and talk about the next issue we can work together. Doc Bison has been that type of person. I have no doubt that we are going to have that type of person with Dave Morgan. This is a tough, hardworking individual, but he's one that I know is going to treat every single person in that chamber with dignity and respect. And with that, I can tell you, I know that this district will not only be well represented, but you are going to be proud to send Dave to the House in January to represent you to make those decisions for you. So I could not be more proud to be here tonight. Very seldom do we do fundraisers or do events this early, but you have come together and you are supporting, and we've put somebody forward that I believe in with my whole heart. And I know everybody in this room does as well. So we've got to make certain that we do everything we can to get Dave there in November. So what I'm going to do is, and I want to apply this to Dave, and I want to apply this to Doc, and I want everybody to remember these 8 words when I close tonight, because it's important to make certain we get both of them in their respective positions. And that is, the election belongs to those who show up. Let's make certain that we show up for Dave Morgan in November.
Well, thank you, and thank Sherry over here for all she's done, and Gordon, and all the people. So many people are out working every day, walking houses, making phone calls, and nothing could happen without them. I know Doc's out there morning to night, no copays. He shows up at your house. So he's really one of a kind. But thank you all for everything. We're going to hold the 62nd district, and let's work together, and our community will be better off for it. So, Joel Fulton, we never even said your name. I think everybody knows you, but owner of Freedom Firearms, and work with Joel a lot on gun issues, and certainly a big supporter, not only with the Republican Party, but he does a lot in the community for different organizations. So thanks for all you do. You have anything, Maggie, or is that it? All right. Well, thanks to Maggie, thanks to Janelle, and everybody who's helped out. Eat as much as you possibly can, and let's win in November. Thank you.
AccessVision. Your voice, your community.